into Game 2 for the Montreal Lions as they get ready for Tuesday night basketball as they take on the newly minted Saskatoon Mamba here on this steamy, muggy, sultry outdoor weather that we have in Montreal. Gavin Baird, Dwight Walton, Mocon here, giving to those watching the CBL Plus, YouTube, and of course listening to TSN 690 as well. Dwight, good evening to you.
Good evening,
We
Mo.
get ready for these two teams. First question I'll ask you out of the block. Who needs this win more tonight?
Well, it's a loaded question, but it's a pretty simple response for me. Both teams need to win. Both teams don't have a win on the season yet. Saskatoon is 0-2. Montreal's 0-1. So, of course, both teams want to get off the schneid tonight. Let's see what happens.
All right, we took out Sask. They lost to Winnipeg and Vancouver in the last few days on Thursday and Saturday,
Two
respectively.
tough games.
Two tough
Yes.
games out of the block. Not easy to play the Bandits or the Seabears. Montreal had a tough one against Scarborough on Friday. What did you learn about Montreal and that loss to the Shooting Stars?
Well, what I learned about Montreal was they found themselves a player in Javon Freeman-Liberty. And of course, with these two teams here so far, Saskatoon could put the ball in the basket. Montreal can as well. So it's going to be the tale of two tapes here to see which style of play sort of wins out here. Saskatoon likes to get out and run. They want to get the ball to the defensive backboard, be dynamic in the open floor, but sort of the Alliance. So, like I said, we'll see which style of play wins out tonight.
Let's go to Gavin Baird with Coach Jermaine Small of the Montreal Alliance.
All right, thanks, Mo. So, Coach, we know it's Davian Dunmartin's return to Montreal. Obviously, he's on the sheet game plan. He come out for big 30 points. What's the game plan to stop him today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to see him in the league first and foremost. He's a special guy, special player. The biggest thing with him is, I mean, like I tell our guys, if we could deny him a little bit, and he needs the ball to score. So we're gonna try to obviously, a lot of attention on him, but just try to make things difficult.
You guys came short last game. Couple of turnovers late in the target score. What needs to be adjusted today to make sure that you come up with that first W?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our team was a little bit unselfish and had to be sometimes more selfish, which is a good thing, but at the same time, you have to know when it's your shot. So we looked at film where we made some adjustments, and I think we'll be fine today. All
right, good luck today. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Gavin. Coach Small, coming up next, tip-off between the Mamba and the Alliance. Tuesday night basketball here on CBL Plus, TSN 690, CBC Gem, and YouTube from Verdun, Quebec. Welcome back to Verdun. Gavin Baird, Dwight Walton, calling this Tuesday night. All right, Dwight, let's dive into the keys to the game for tonight's matchup between Saskatoon and Montreal, starting off with the visitors from Saskatoon.
Well, like I said earlier at the top of the broadcast, Saskatoon likes to get out and run. They want to get up some early opportunities, not to go up against a set defense. At the same time, take care of the basketball. Try to get a shot at the goal rather than turning it over. And the Alliance did a pretty good job against Scarborough on Friday night on the offensive glass. It's up to Saskatoon to take care of the defensive rebounding.
All right, for Montreal, what do we have?
Rebounding, rebounding, rebounding on both ends. Give yourselves multiple opportunities offensively, but make sure you end defensive possessions with the rebound. Make a free throw. Overall, I think that's what cost the Alliance the game against Shooting Stars this past Friday night, and protect home court. They've got a lively atmosphere here at the Vidal Auditorium. Let's give the crowd a nice win tonight for the first win of the season.
Yeah, you see the Montreal lines being introduced. And speaking of that, let's take a look at the starting lineups before tip-off here for Saskatoon and Montreal. And you were circling a lot of guys: Townsend, Williams, Mane, Dunmartin, Fuller, all big hitters for the Mamba.
I think it's a pretty nice evening. A nice touch by Isaiah Fox to start Kareem Mane, the hometown player tonight at the small forward position. And of course, TDM, Tavion Dunmartin in his return to Montreal at the Vidal Auditorium.
And there he is, Tavion Dunmartin, who you mentioned from the Mamba. Let's talk about him, what he's got to do. We know what he has here in Verdun. A romance shooting three-pointers. Can he do the exact same thing here in different colors tonight?
We know what TDM is all about, Mo. He wants to get that ball off the defensive glass from his teammate, get out and run. He knows, he thinks he's open as soon as he comes to the arena. But specifically on the basketball floor, once he crosses half court, you got to pay attention to him.
And there is some highlights from last year. Tavion Dunmartin came in a little bit later in the year, late May, early June, and from there it was blitzing the threes from him at all angles, and he kept Montreal relevant for most of the season.
As is the case with all smaller players or diminutive players, they know how to get their shot off. They're very crafty, take quick shots, but once they see just a little crease of daylight, they're getting their shots up. TDM is a master at that for sure.
Well, some teams were reaching, he was teaching. All right, for Montreal, Javon Freeman Liberty, we saw his debut. He opened up his account with quite the hefty return of points here, scoring 31. Again, 31 is a very high clip. It might come down the law of averages, but what can he do for game number 2?
Well, whatever the case, whether he scores 31 or 15, I hope he has drank a lot of fluids since Friday night, because he had a cramping issue, and that hindered him in his production towards the end of the game on Friday night.
Well, we'll see what happens with those guys going at it here. And you see, again, the players to watch, both these guys can be big-time hitters today. They have a romance with the net and the ball in their hands. And it could come down to maybe one of these guys killing off the opposing team as well. And don't forget, last year, Montreal swept the senior series. They won the last 3 here. And remember, that game in Sask was quite the nail-biter if you're an Alliance fan, winning by 2.
1,000%. And it was, listen, we saw some of the old players from the season last year. There was an up-and-down contest. Both teams that they felt that they had an advantage in the open floor, but I think ultimately the size of the Alliance is what allowed the Alliance to come up with those victories last season against Saskatoon.
Yeah, Montreal's 2-2 at home against the Rattlers, now Mamba. They were 1-2, got the first ever win out in Sask last year, and now here they are in this game. This will be the 8th edition with these two teams going at it. Montreal overall 3-4 lifetime against the Rattlers/Mamba in their time in the CEBL as well.
I'm kind of liking the new branding here from Saskatoon. Mo, what do you think?
I am a uniform nerd. I'll give you my my assessment afterwards. I'll do that for sure, no doubt.
Yes,
again, we'll see how this goes. Both teams looking for first wins here. Both teams are hungry for a win. For Montreal, Friday's loss, the Stars weren't aligned. For the Mamba, the new brand is searching for its first win. It's early days in the CEBL, but if a loss continues to mount for one of these teams, it might be too late to catch up. High stakes on this Tuesday night. A hot one here from Verdun. Montreal in their sky blue uniforms with white numbers and navy red numeral trim. And for the Mamba, it's a melange of magenta and black with black numbers.
There you go. There you have it, folks. Magenta and black.
That's what I will say.
New branding for the Saskatoon Mamba. Let's see if the branding can make a difference here in Montreal.
Tip-off presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL. Spalding gets your new ball. In fact, it's the new look ball. It's now the traditional looking ball than what it was in the last few years of the black and burnt orange melange together with that here. So we get ready for tip-off. Gavin Barrett, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan on this Tuesday night. A big one for the Canadians last night. Could the run of wins continue now for the Montreal lines for the Montreal sports teams. They're underway here from Verdun, and it will be Montreal ball going on your screens left to right, and for Sask, right to left for this first half.
Townsend easily won the tip, but he tipped it to nobody, so the first possession goes to the Alliance, and the ball now is in the hands of Javon Freeman Liberty.
He is a headliner for this Alliance team. Michael Hughes, the second, almost had a triple-double on Friday. The post play for Osawe, and they open up the account, and that is a day of days for Kevin Osawe.
Right off the hop, Coach Small wanted to go at the diminutive TDM on the low block, finding Osawe with the easy jump hook.
Osawe had 4 points, 6 rebounds in 22 minutes against the Shooting Stars. TDM, and he knows this rim like there's no tomorrow with the angle.
What he can't do defensively, he could definitely make up on the offensive end, softly off the glass.
With it is Hughes, the second, stripped away by Mane, and here comes TDM, transition, looking, and that is into the hands of Freeman Liberty. Remains Sask ball with 9:12 left in this first quarter.
That's what Saskatoon is going to want to do all night. They're averaging 95 points per game in their first 2 games. They want to get you to turn the ball over and get out in transition. Right there, here we see TDM turning the corner on Lou Williams, high, softly off the glass for 2.
Yeah, Doug Martin had 31% of the team points against the Seabears on Saturday in Winnipeg from the 45. Bow and arrow on target, and the first 3 going through for Townsend, who's 60% from three-point range so far this year.
I was just about to say that, Mo, 60%, so he obviously feels comfortable behind the three-point line. Nice out-of-bounds play right there for Saskatoon.
He opened up his bank account with 15 points in the loss to Vancouver, and a strong start for the Mamba. Post-play Osawe, who scored the first 2 points for the Lions, in the teeth, and he is serene on that.
Let's see if they go to Osawe, a steady diet. If TDM continues to guard him, let's see the kind of start Osawe can get off to.
Fuller back out to Townsend. He's got the step, the jumper, and that will plink his way back into Osawe's hands. And with 8:28 left in this first quarter play, it is Freeman Liberty at the controls with Hughes second in the post with his back towards Mane. Well defended by the Mamba to get about 5 steals per game in this first 2 games of the year. And Montreal returns back with its own steal. Osawe nearly caught in 2 minds. And they will wait for Quincy Gurry, who had a very mundane game against the Shooting Stars on Friday. Missed his first 4 free throws in the first 5 minutes of play. Osawe, the interplay. Freeman Liberty. And he's 0 for 1. Clean up. And the finish by Lou Williams coming up big.
TDM thought he had the rebound, but Lou Williams, Johnny on the spot, going hard to the offensive glass. Softly for 2 right there.
Montreal had 14 offensive rebounds against the Shooting Stars, and they had 46 for the day. TDM simply sublime on that, and they're back up by 1.
Once again, TDM taking advantage with his quickness down the lane for 2 here.
Townsend locking away Guerrier, and this goes back over to the Mamba. Montreal had 19 turnovers against Scarborough last weekend.
I simply think Quincy Guerrier wants to see the ball go in the basket early in this game so he can get back into that rhythm and have some more confidence.
Having a difficult time so far is Quincy Guerrier in the first 4 quarters and change. Mane, former Vanier Cheetah, and that is going to go to the Vanier campus off that miscue from Kareem Mane.
You know, Kareem Mane definitely wants to play well here in front of his hometown fans. I'm sure he has family and friends here at the ball game. Unfortunate there with the turnover. Let's see if the Alliance can take advantage on this offensive set.
From the South Shore of Quebec, played his stage-up ball at the illustrious Vanier College, and right there is the illustrious finish of Javon Freeman Liberty.
So far, so good for the Alliance. They're scoring all their points in the paint. Let's see if Isaiah Fox and the Mamba make an adjustment.
8-7 lead for the Alliance. South of 7 in this first quarter play. Doug Martin coming through is Williams, looking for his first 2 from the flex. And the rebound pushed away, kept away. Long pass up ahead. Williams all alone, and they're up by 3.
Excellent defensive rebound and finding Osawe, who was wide open for the wide open layup right there.
6:30 left in this first quarter play. Montreal with its biggest lead of 3. The long 3. Parity back in play. Tavian Dunn-Martin with his first triple of the day.
Pretty safe to say that Dunn-Martin is used to the rims here in Montreal. Off to a great start to start his ball game.
He's had some decent games here.
I think so, yes.
Osawe, post play. Hughes the second. With his delts split away, and this goes back to the Mamba. As both teams will make a double sub, Hargan along with Chaplin coming in, Stevens along with Anderson as well.
Here's Javonte Liberty's getting down the middle of the lane right there. It's been easy picking so far for the Alliance on the interior. And there's Freeman Liberty finding an open. Lou Williams with the easy basket on the interior.
Right now, David Dunbarton has been manipulating this Alliance, defending, and now the controls is coming through is Jamal Fuller, the Long Island product. Dunbarton, another three. And that time, not so accurate.
That was a heat check for TDM. He's definitely feeling good about himself early in this game.
And it's hot outside, but he was a little bit cold on the pirouette, and a well-played move by Dunbarton. It's going back and forth. Here we are. Could Sask get its first lead again? Townsend losing it. Here's Stevens. He had a tough game. Up ahead, and the cleanup by JFL.
This is one of the keys. This is what the Mamba do not want to do. They want to take care of the basketball and not give the Alliance easy opportunities in transition.
Stevens ran into foul issues in that game against Scarborough. He only played 3 minutes overall. And that's poked up in the air. That's kept alive by Dunbarton, going strong. Confidence with vivid vigor, and they're back to a 12-12 game.
This is definitely the start that Jermaine Small did not want to see from TDM. TDM is just brimming with confidence right now.
Right now, he's been rubber stamping those rims with his shot making and movement on the courts. Anderson's time now, watched by TDM again. 8 left in the shot clock, open for Guerrier on the low. From the flats, 5 left in the shot clock, caught in 2 minds, and that is going to be a whistle with 4:43 left here. You're watching CBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, YouTube, and CBL Plus. Right now, 12-12 game from Verdun. Stay tuned for more action from this Tuesday night battle. There he is, Tavian Dunbarton. Not bad, 9 points, 4 or 5 shooting. And he's been so far a problem. And the men, as you see from the highlights of what he's done so far.
You know what, I don't mean to laugh, but it's pretty clear that he came in with one purpose and one purpose only, and that was to make the Alliance feel his presence or lack thereof for the Alliance by just showing early the entire repertoire, getting down the lane, making floaters, and making shots from distance. 9 of the 12, early 12 points for the Saskatoon Mamba. His name is Tavian Dunbarton.
Montreal shooting 75%, 6 of 8. Meanwhile, Sask is 5 of 10, so Dunbarton has 4 of the 5 field goals so far for the Mamba. South of 4:35 left in this first quarter. Here is Freeman Liberty. Switch of play, and the game is Johnson with his first 3 and only points of the day against Scarborough on Friday. 1 left, well defended, and this is going to be a whistle, and this will be a foul. And Chaplin is pleading his innocence, and this will be a lifesaver for the Alliance.
Jalen Anderson knew he was up against the clock, but as a defensive player right here, you're supposed to be more disciplined, know the shot clock, bailout foul right there. Tremendous move by Jalen Anderson. Let's see if he can convert the 3 free throws.
Well, Dwight, if you didn't know, this game is presented by Lotto Max. And right now, the lottery's not been working well for Montreal from the free throw line so far.
One of my keys, make free throws. The Alliance do not want to leave points on the board as they approach the target score, and now they're 0 for 2 from the free throw line. These missed opportunities could come back to bite them later on in the target score.
Well, they only made 10 on Friday, 55% overall. Gray was 1 of 6, and Montreal's back up by 1. And we'll see what the entry group can do going forward in this situation. So far, it's been Tavian Martin against the Alliance. Who else from the supporting cast can come up for the Mamba? Martin looking, well defended by Freeman Liberty. 3-on-1 for the Alliance. Here is Johnson, sky through with the highlight ring racker.
There you go, Mitch Johnson. Welcome to the CEBL. Your first shot was a 3. That's a highlight reel dunk. Welcome to the CEBL, young man.
And I don't use rim racker for any dunk. And that was a dunk of dunks. And Osawa will come back in, and it appears the Alliance faithful have woken up from their slumber and enjoy what Trent Johnson, who's a pogo stick, on the courts.
This is what I wanted to see, right? Here's the turnover. JFL finding a streaking Trent Johnson, who finishes strong over the top for his first field goal inside the three-point line.
I know Jamie Tan is watching this game religiously because he loves your voice.
Yes, sir.
My voice. I think you have your #1 dunk for next week's top 5 dunks of the week. And here is Freeman Liberty on the high-low, back up to Johnson. Post play is Stevens. Going pound for pound. Looking in the byline, denied. Well defended by the Mamba. 3 left in the shot clock. Still alive. And this will be a shot clock violation and caught in time. Not the most serene possession for the Alliance.
What I think what Coach Small and the Alliance are questioning here was on the reverse layup. Did Ben Stevens' shot hit the rim? According to the officials, it didn't. Nice hustle by Stevens, but great defense there. Shot clock violation. Mamba ball going the other way.
And for those who missed that highlight dunk by Trent Johnson, you can follow on all the social platforms for the CEBL. Stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more from all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League. And the floater, no good for Gordon in the game for the first time. Here is Osawe, and it's a 4-on-2 for the Alliance. Osawe surveying, waiting for the reinforcements. Anderson's time from the elbow. Too strong, and this will find its way towards Osawe. Another offensive rebound for the Alliance. Around the protractor it comes. Johnson on 2 points. Byline, up and over. Acrobatic. CEBL standards met by Trent Johnson.
Trent Johnson is definitely over the first game jitters. His first 2 was a dunk. Second shot, nice reverse layup. 2 highlight shots early for TJ.
And Montreal up by 5. Make it 3. And that was a surgical move coming in, courtesy of the Mama's own Chaplin.
Excellent snake dribble move there by Chaplin, manipulating his way in the middle of the paint, finishing softly over the top.
At 7 points in 21 minutes against Seabears on Saturday on the road. 2:19 left in his first quarter of play. Tim and Hughes second about to come in. Anderson. Here is Johnson. And he misses his first 3 of the day.
Excellent ball move by Alliance. Unfortunate miss for TJ.
And Chaplin. And the putback, 5-point swing, and the Alliance are up by 1.
That's got to feel pretty good for Kareem Mane with the putback for his first 2 of the night.
And another rebound for the Mamba. This is now a run of points here, 4-0 run. And this will be a 6-0 run courtesy of Mane. And he was direct and purposeful in that finish.
Unfortunate right there for the Alliance. Nice pick from behind. But Mane being Johnny on the spot. His first 2 shots at the basket, easy layups.
And 3 blinks the eye, it is the Mamba up by 1. 1:33 left in his first quarter play. Anderson. And that was not what they had in the map. And this is back over, and here's Monty, point number 6. 3 straight possessions, 6 points for the hometown kid, and the Mamba are up by 3 with 1:23 left in this first quarter play.
Both teams are having issues taking care of the basketball, but so far so good for the Mamba, who have taken terrific advantage. 3 easy layups for Montreal's own Kareem Mane to sort of relax himself, make him feel better about himself, and right now into a timeout. 20-17.
And this
Mamba
might be
over the Alliance.
Sorry, this might be deja vu for the Mamba because on Saturday against the Seabears, they had a 6-point lead, 16-11. Seabears call a timeout, and next you know, Kareem Mane is watching the Seabears win that game. But here they are on the go.
Here's Mane, Johnny on the spot off the Chaplin miss for his first 2 of the night. Then Chaplin, the ball gets stripped from behind. Johnny on the spot, like I said, was Mane for his second basket. And right here, we see Gordon with the nice dish for Mane with the easy lay, forcing Jermaine Small and the Alliance to call a timeout so they can regroup. They need to take care of the basketball and limit the early, easy opportunities for the Mamba.
You wonder, Dwight, how much the Alliance missed Guillaume Boucard, who's not playing today, who was deemed their #1 defender, and what he could have brought countering TDM, and maybe even Kareem Mane, what he's done so far for the Mamba.
Well, Guillaume Boucard, he's an experienced veteran, definitely will miss his presence tonight. But at the same time, for as much as the Alliance will miss Boucard, you got to take care of the basketball. That's a team issue. Take care of the basketball. Limit the Mamba from getting early opportunities.
What's been a familiar tune for the Mamba, it is TDM. It is home away from home, and Verdun scoring a plethora of points. Here is a Salway against Mane, using his pirouette, the twist and turn. And the rebound coming up for Gordon. And now it's Mane, and he is starting to fizz. The Alliance cannot contain that in the bottom. Gordon, well defended by Hughes second. 54 seconds left in his first quarter of play. Gordon again, going up strong, repelled away by Hughes second. And they had 2 blocks on Friday.
Excellent defense on the interior right there by the Alliance. We've got 7 seconds on the shot clock. Quincy Gary coming in. There was Gordon trying to get into the paint, and there's a nice block right there by Michael Hughes the second. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what play the Mamba has here.
And back with it coming through is Williams. Bouncing, looking, twisting, turning, lefty. And that lacked the execution.
Excellent individual defense right there by Kevin Osawe.
Gare's on the go. He's looking for his first points of the day. Trailing is Freeman Liberty. He was nearly caught in 2 minutes. He'll get it back with 13 left in the shot clock. Watched by Mane. Freeman Liberty from the 45. Cash money.
That's what the Alliance want to do, get 2 feet in the paint. And you know that has to feel good for Quincy Guerrier, knocking it down from distance.
His first 3 of the season, he was 0 for 1 on Friday. Boucard was 0 for 5. They shot 33% against the Stars. Mane, 4 seconds left. Mane going, looking at the deck. Short. Denied. Tim thought he was fouled. We are back to square one. 2020. You're watching CEBL Basketball Live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Gavin Bear, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan, Saskatoon 20, Montreal 20 from Verdun, Quebec on this Tuesday night. Stay tuned for second quarter action.
Welcome back to the Verdun Auditorium. So I got a chance to chat a bit with Guillaume Boucard before today's game and how his impact, like we've mentioned prior to this game, defensively, he's a key player to the Alliance. Obviously, the program is very happy to have him back, and I chat a bit with him on how he can impact the program coming off a championship team. And he mentioned that it's really the small things, being very consistent, also teaching some of the new guys how to be pros and how to every day play like it's an important game and make sure that the details are very taken care of. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Gab. And Cal Tire is a proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have a peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. All right, Dwight. Kareem Monte's tires, along with TDM tires, are running smoothly in the summer potholes in Montreal. What's got to change for the Alliance to contain those two headed snakes?
They got to stop turning the ball over.
And a rebound right through left of her hands. And out on the court right now is Chaplin along with, I beg your pardon, Chaplin's out there along with Mane, with Gordon, and also out there is number 23 in Jamal Fuller, 33 that is. We know for the Lions, it is Freeman Liberty, Anderson, Guerrier, Johnson, and Hughes II.
They've been pretty successful, the Alliance, when they take care of the basketball, when they get a shot on goal. They've been successful. They got to keep on doing that for the rest of the night.
Yeah, Montreal's 9 of 16 from the field. Sask is 9 of 19 on the byline. And that will be a harm, and that will be free throws coming up for Javon Freeman Liberty, who is shooting 75% from the line so far.
That's what JFL wants to do. Puts his head down, creates contact right here on Kareem Mane, gets the benefit of the whistle right there. Let's see if he can go to the line and make some free throws, where the Alliance have had issues already to start this game, going 1 for 3.
JFL could be the doctor required for the tonic. Not that time, as they're now 1 of 4. And it's a misunderstood thing to do is free throw shooting. It can be easy, but it is mind-numbing for those who don't have the
They are free, Mo, and that's just very important. Again, you want to be perfect, but you want to be close to perfect with free throws. Don't want to leave points on the board.
Well, Montreal did lose by 4 to Scarborough. They missed more than 4 free throws. That could have been the difference in maybe being 1-0 than 0-1. Right now, Sask is 0-2. Montreal's 0-1. 8 left the shot clock. Looking, pumping, pushed away. And Hughes II has been a dynamite defensive force. Transition move from the flats. Anderson. And another rebound coming through. A little tie-up with Gordon along with Chaplin. Mane back with it. About to come back in is Townsend for the Mamba with TDM and Fuller as well. Another one and done for the Mamba.
Both teams not shooting the ball very well as of late. Let's see if we can get off the schneid right here.
From the center arc. And the forensic finish from Hughes II. And he's got his dad shoes on today.
Michael Hughes did have 12 rebounds on Friday night. Off to a good rebounding start early in this ball game.
3-point lead for the Alliance. Here's Mane. Here's Hardy in the jungle. Fouled by Hughes II. And we'll go to the free throw line with 8:16 left in this first half of play.
I like what I'm seeing early from the Montreal native, Kareem Mane. Coach Fox has put the ball in Kareem's hand. He's the one initiating the offense early here. Here's where we see JFL right here with the shot from distance, and Michael Hughes doing what he does best, getting on the offensive glass here. And there's Kareem finding a streaking Marcus Harding, who's now on the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Well, New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official Rutherford jerseys tonight by visiting CEBL.ca and maybe get yourself Dwight Walton on the back of one of these uniforms, and he'll sign it for you.
Right now we have TDM, who is substituted back in for the aforementioned Kareem Mane. Also, Jamal Fuller is also checked back into the game for the Mamba. Isaiah Fox using his bench early in this game to see which lineup give him the most consistency.
It is a perspiration-filled game. The air conditioning is not working here at Verdun, so it will be a little bit sweaty. And that is a finish for Hughes II, who will go to the free throw line. And he has been a poacher of rebounds. He's had the monopoly rebound so far in a game and a half for the Alliance.
It's pretty clear that Michael Hughes likes to get himself dirty, if you will, likes to be in there doing the grunt work, getting himself involved in the game on both backboards, so far having early success on the offensive glass. There's Freeman Liberty's miss. There's Michael Hughes once again creating contact with Marcus Harding. Let's see if he can go to the free throw line and capitalize.
Yeah, 13-12 against Scarborough. So far, Hughes is on .2, staring at the rim. And again, that rim looks like a keyhole for the free throw shooting of the Alliance.
And if you take a look at Coach Small on the sideline, he has that exasperated look like you got to make some free throws here.
And he's 1 of 2, and Montreal back up by 2. Ben Stevens in for Hughes II. No stuff from the Mamba. Gavin Baird, Dwight Walton, Mocha on this Tuesday night And it's been nip and tuck with these two teams. Sask has had the lead. Montreal's had the lead. It's been swinging back and forth. And right now it's Montreal in the pole position with 7:55 left in this first half of play. Dunmartin, watched by Anderson. Trying to shake off the defending and the quick hands of Anderson. Small versus big. Dunmartin going up in traffic. Kick out from the flats. And a rebound for Stevens.
Most of that shot clock, great defensive possession right there by the Alliance. Most of the shot clock was in TDM's hands.
Freeman Liberty. Here's Johnson. A reload. Drive line. Kick out. Extra pass. No. Anderson. Kick out. Back out to the corner pocket. Three. And Gurrier is 1 of 2 from long range. And it's on the go now for Gordon. Afterburners on. And he's got the deuce, and they're back to a 24 game.
Gordon with the determined drive to the basket, took it amongst the trees, finishing strong at the goal.
Back over is Ben Stevens. South is 7 in this first half of play. Gurrier whipping that pass to Anderson. And Montreal right now, Dwight, they have not found the bottom of that rim. They're now 1 of 6 from long range. Dunmartin going up, and he will find his way to Tim and 1. And the Husky local product coming up with the goods plus the foul.
The Alliance, they're getting good shots on one end, but their transition defense early in this game hasn't been very good, as TDM and the Mamba have taken serious advantage. Here's TDM manipulating in the open court, drives, finds the cutting Easton Tim, who is right here trying to convert the all-important three-point play.
He had 3 and 3 against Winnipeg. He was 0 and 1 against Vancouver. And here he is, the Husky product, playing not too far away from the pack.
Yep.
And now it's a 2-point lead for the Mamba against the Alliance. Gavin Barry, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan on this Tuesday night. 6:35 left in this first half of play. And Gordon nearly got that away from JFL. And that was going to take it away. And we have a bit of twister on the courts with Gurrier and Gordon, who's a little slow to get up for the Mamba.
You have to hope that Gordon is okay. I think his head hit the floor pretty hard here. We'll see it on the replay. Guess what? Not on the initial fall, but as Quincy Guerrier was trying to receive the basketball, all of his body weight fell on top of Gordon. Hopefully he's okay.
Osawe trying to move in the gears, get this Alliance team back on. Gurrier going strong. Here's Osawe. 5 left in the shot clock for the Alliance. Osawe. And he's 0 for 1 on that one.
Excellent individual defense right there from Gordon on the ball. It was excellent defense.
A bigger talking point for the Mamba. And here's the jumper coming. And the rebound for Gurrier. Sask has given up 116 points in 2 games. So far, they've had a better effort on the defensive end today. Williams, the pirouette. Williams, part 2. The second bite of the cherry is sweeter for him.
Nice interior pass over the top by Quincy, finding Williams, who was being guarded by the smaller Tavion Dunmartin. Missed the initial shot, but stuck with it and fought hard to get the offensive rebound. Here's the pass that we're talking about to Lou Williams over the top. Spun up against Tim, missed the initial shot, got the rebound over Tim, and then nicely soft touch, finishing for the hard basket of the 2-point.
And Mo Mahadi is now in the game. Another Saskatchewan product playing for the hometown team. And with 5:42 left, it's a 26-26 game. Dunmartin. Rainbow. And that might have been touched by Gordon, but nonetheless, it's still 2 for Sask.
I'm not sure if that was a pass by TDM off the glass or a missed shot and a nice finish by Dewan Gordon, excuse me.
I think you call it a shot pass.
Yes, there you go. That's right. That's right.
But it worked well for them as they're now up by 2. Here's Gurrier, a bit quiet in the second quarter play. Watched by Gordon, and he goes to the gears. And Gurrier finds his heat map inside the paint.
That was a pretty good defensive possession right there by Gordon, forcing Q to take a turnaround shot. But right there, the iron was kind for him.
Mahadi. Here's Gordon against Osawe. Gordon's jumper. Rebound. Right back to Tim. Inside the jungle. Kick out. Right back to Gordon. Part 2. Better than part 1. And they're up by 3.
Tim giving the Mamba a second chance opportunity.
And this could be a third chance. And another whistle. And the hustle and bustle of the Mamba has been much more prevalent for the visitors than the Alliance.
Initially, Easton Tim found Dewan Gordon for a 3 from the corner. Now with the turnover for the Mamba.
You're watching CBL Basketball Live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube, and CBL Plus. Well, the F1 is here this weekend, Dwight, and right now it's been a race of races for the Mamba and points of transition for Montreal and Saskatoon today on this Tuesday night.
Well, here's JFL with the miss, and there's Lou Williams with the second chance opportunity right here. And here's JFL in transition, finding Lou Williams again for the easy layup. Another turnover right there by the Mamba. Ben Stevens finding the streaking Javon Freeman Liberty for another easy basket in transition. And there's JFL turning the ball over from TDM. Bounce pass to Trent Johnson for the emphatic finish that happened earlier in this game. The Alliance are having some success in transition, but they are turning the basketball over, and they're turning it over, and they're not converting on the free throw line. Let's see if that continues to haunt them over the course of the game.
Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with the new prizes of the $100,000 every day. Get your Lotto Max ticket tonight. Must be 18 plus right now for Mahadi. He is cashing in his Lotto Max ticket at the line. 32-28 lead to perhaps put them up by the biggest lead of the day of 5. And that's confirmed for the visitors from Saskatoon.
Let's see what play Jermaine Small has drawn up coming out of the timeout.
And here is Asawa, who's been comfortable on the ball. Trent Johnson had the highlight rim rack in the first quarter play. Post plays Lou Williams, 10 left in the shot clock. And here's Ben Stevens, watched closely by Williams. Jumper. And the Alliance finally break the points, and they're now down by 3.
Initially, they wanted to go against TDM on the low block once again with Lou Williams, but Jalen Anderson doing what he does best, mid-range jump shot.
Double sub about to come in for the Mamba. Here is Tavian Diamond-Martin. 4:03 left, 8 left in the shot clock at the logo he's at, watched by Williams. Help from Asawa on the switch, and trying to fend his way through. And that will Plinko right into the hands of Stevens.
Excellent defensive possession right there by the Alliance. Let's see if they can get something on the offensive end now.
3:45 left. Anderson negotiating, denied out of bounds. Who was that last touched by? And the telescopic arm from Jamal Fuller comes up big. And remember, this is a team that's had 5 blocks in the first 2 games each. So 10 blocks total, 5 in the first 2 games each.
Here's the block shot right there by Jamal Fuller. Excellent defense right there. Michael Hughes has replaced Ben Stevens in the Alliance lineup.
And we'll see what the Alliance come up here with this recipe. Here's second. Johnson from the center arc. Watch closely. Open. Anderson. 6 left the shot clock. Hughes is second. And he gets the bucket to go through from end center.
Michael Hughes using great hands right there. Sort of bailed Jalen Anderson out. Caught the ball in traffic. Felt he got fouled. Finishing softly on the rim.
4-0 run for the Alliance. And Fox may ask for a timeout. And Johnson read that well for the moment. And here is the opportunity for the Mamba, still not going through. And back in the hands of Musawi it comes. A few grown for the Mamba bench with 3 minutes left. A chance to take the lead again. Johnson looking, loading, waiting. And that will go out of bounds off of the Mamba, this time off of Chaplin.
I think when Trent Johnson came off the screen, I think he missed out on an opportunity by taking an open 3. But fortunate for him, they will have the ball when they come back out of the timeout.
And right now, we'll see what happens here with this timeout call. 2:56 left. Gavin Baird, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan. It is Saskatoon 33, Montreal 32. And this game is still in the balance here, Dwight, with both these teams going at it. From one moment, you think it's the Mamba who are about to run away. Then the Alliance have their spurt of runs. But reality is, it's been going back and forth, but no one looking for that kill shot just yet.
And that's exactly what I wanted to say. You mentioned earlier that after the Mahadi free throws at the line, it gave the Mamba their biggest lead of the night at 5 points. But the Alliance have definitely come back, and neither team has really been able to sustain a run early in this first half. Both teams are shooting relatively well, but they're turning the ball over and not taking advantage of the opportunities.
And here's Michael Hughes II, and he's done it at both ends of the court for the Alliance. He's been extreme class for the Alliance with what he is the blue-collar guy for this attacking end.
Blocking shots, defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, definitely bringing an interior presence that the Alliance will definitely need over the course of the season. Here he is, sort of bailing out Jalen Anderson right there, taking some contact, and still, in spite of the contact, finishing for a strong 2 at the goal.
Coming up at half, Saskatoon Pride to look behind the basketball culture in Saskatchewan. Gab will interview Mamba head coach Isaiah Fox in the first half stats and Dwight's players to watch and more as we look forward towards the end of this first half. 2:56 left, and caught in 2 minds was Javon Freeman Liberty. Unforced over by the Alliance, and goes back to the Mamba, and a chance to extend the lead by 2, if not 3, if not 4.
Excellent ball denial by the Mamba coming out of that timeout right there. Michael Hughes, JFL didn't have any open lanes to pass the ball to anybody.
And nearly taken away. It is taken away by Lou Williams III. And here is JFL, 3-on-2, going from one end to the other end. The fade. And he gets the 2, and Montreal back up by 1.
Excellent pirouette move right there by JFL. Nice mid-range jumper.
Well, TDM and JFL have been pulling the strings. Williams cannot pull a string on that 3-point shot. And here is Hughes II, numbers 3-on-3 instead. Lou Williams III from the 45. Cash money.
Excellent early opportunity right there by Lou Williams. Michael Hughes setting the screen. One dribble to his right. Nice shot from distance.
And that's Montreal's second 3 of the day. Mine kick out from the corner pocket. And a rebound for Hughes II, who's been a magnet south of 2 with the rebound.
Michael Hughes doing a terrific job on the backboards this evening.
Montreal looking to get its lead extended. This has been the biggest so far of 4. High-low, Hughes II going through, denied, and it appears Jalen Williams got hit in the kisser with 1:44 left.
Michael Hughes definitely is putting his imprint on tonight's game by being a presence in the paint and now being an offensive presence as well by Hughes. Here we see there's JFL being stopped initially by Chapman in transition, finishing with a nice turnaround jump shot. And there's Lou Williams using the screen off of Michael Hughes II and burying it from downtown. And there's Michael Hughes once again taking the contact, and Williams definitely feeling the worst of that exchange.
And Hughes II hits that free throw, and now he is 2 of 4 from the line today on 2 points and counting.
It's pretty clear that Hughes is definitely going to have opportunities from the free throw line tonight, because the Mamba are having a difficult time right now trying to contain him on the inside.
Biggest lead now 6 for either side. Montreal up by that number, 39-33. Doug Martin, the balance, the skill of what he has. Here's the balance, and the rebound for Gurrier.
TDM has sort of cooled off a little bit. Let's see if he can have a strong end to the first half.
Freeman Liberty. Here's Lou Williams. And he is 0 for 1 from that 3-point line. And Montreal back on their heels a little bit, and on their toes are the Saskatoon Mamba. Back over comes the Fuller. Here's his launch. The skill inbounds on that one, and that's confirmed for a triple.
Jamal Fuller was already backtracking. He knew that ball was going in from downtown. Nice shot by him.
6-point swing, and Hughes II got hurt in the ankle. And he's slow to get up. Back over to Gurrier. Gurrier trying to work his way through. It's almost a 4-on-5 now for the Alliance with Hughes II banged up. And Freeman Liberty can't finish that. On the end line, it comes back over. Acrobatic. And using the dark arts is Javon Freeman Liberty.
Lou Williams has been awesome on the offensive glass, giving the Alliance second chance opportunities.
And Hughes II, I think, is a little bit limping right now. His Caltar might have a nail in the tire there. And you think now if maybe Jermaine Small might look at the bench to go with Ben Stevens to give him a bit of respite.
Here's JF. There's the injury right there to Michael Hughes. I think a little bit of a twist of the ankle there, but he has recovered, got a big defensive rebound, got fouled, and let's see if he can make 2 more free throws.
We'll see now. It's been no risk basketball so far for Michael Hughes II. He gets the first one through. And so far he's had a signature performance in game number 1, 13 points, 12 rebounds, and he could be on his way for another double-double in this young season.
Well, he's obviously in a rhythm. Just missed a free throw, but he's made 3 of his last 4 free throws. Like I said, he's going to get an opportunity tonight to be at the free throw line.
Doug Martin. And he will slither his way through. Another rebound for Hughes II. And now the transition of Osaway. Strong, looking, double team, splitting through, still going. And that cannot be negotiated for a basket. And with 9 seconds left, a chance coming through at the net and kept alive by the Alliance. Another whistle, and this will be a foul on Chaplin, who started the play and ends up with a foul to his name.
There you can see Javon Freeman-Liberty telling his team, Michael Hughes in particular, that they've got time on the clock. They wanted to get the final shot at the half. Excellent defense right there in transition by JFL. And then Lou Williams, who has rebounded the ball well himself tonight, getting fouled, giving the Alliance another 2-shot opportunity with 3 seconds to go before the break.
The line so far today, they are 4 of 8 from the line. And Lou Williams this year from the line is shooting his first free throws of the season. And that will help the percentage numbers.
I think the Alliance right here, because there are 3 seconds to go before halftime, once Williams makes this free throw, I think you're going to see some front court pressure to force the Mamba to take a bad shot here.
2 for 2, Lou Williams the third. And this is the biggest lead for either side at 8 points. Timeout called by the Mamba with 3.6 left. So for Isaiah Fox, unfortunately, this is territory far too familiar for his liking with the Mamba down at half again. What can they do now with 3.6 left, Dwight, in terms of the menu of options that they have on the court?
Well, first of all, Isaiah Fox really recognizes that Coach Small was going to put on some full court pressure, which is why I think he calls a timeout to get a pretty good play, a set play, a press break, if you will, to see if they can get a nice shot opportunity and gain some momentum as they go back into the half here. But the Alliance are doing something that we're not really familiar with. They're having a strong end to the second quarter as we approach halftime, and they have gained some momentum with a little bit of a run as we approach halftime here in Verdun.
That's the voice of Dwight Walton, Mo Khan, Gavin Bayer here on this Tuesday night. Montreal up by 8, looking to even the record at 1-1. Their next game will be in Ottawa on the weekend, Saturday night. And for Sask, they'll travel to Scarborough on Thursday. Not an easy game. And then they don't play till next week when they're home as well. And they'll play Scarborough to wrap up on May 31st. So really, this schedule is not the most simplistic travels of games that they'll have. And they'll have to get themselves going forward here as well.
I think every game in this league, we know who the stronger teams are so far early in this season. But over the course of the summer, Mo, none of these games are pretty easy. It's a fun league. It's a competitive league. Early in the season, let's see what happens here.
So it could be the creative spark for the Mamba on the last roll of the dice. Coming is Hardy at the deck. And that is a miss from Jamal Fuller. So at the end of the first half, it's Montreal 44, Saskatoon 36. Gavin Bayer will be joined by Lou Williams III to get his thoughts on that first half of action from Verdun with Dwight Walton, Mo Khan, along with Gavin Bayer as they look over this game here. So for the Mamba, a good start for them, and for the Alliance, a better finish for them. And we'll now go to Gavin Bayer with Lou Williams III of the Montreal Alliance.
Did it all, really dive into the ball, getting rebounds and scoring, highest scorer of the team. What got you that mentality coming in today's game?
Coming off the loss on Saturday, we know that we had to be the tougher team, so Coach preached about rebounding and just being a more physical team, so that's what's in my mind right now.
Saskatoon did a bit of a run, coming out of some turnovers, second chance opportunity. How important was it to finish this half strong?
It's very important. Like we said, we're not going to wait until Elam start. Elam started at the beginning of the game, so that's the mindset we're going into the second half.
All right, thanks. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Gav. With Lou Williams III at halftime, it's Montreal up by a score of 44-36. You're watching the CEBL Basketball Live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube, and CEBL Plus, and also TSN 690 on the radio dial in Montreal. At halftime, Montreal 44, Saskatoon 36 on this Tuesday night.
My name's Easton Tim. Mohamed Mahadi.
Jamie Campbell,
Play at the University of Saskatchewan.
University of Saskatchewan. Head coach of the University of Saskatchewan men's basketball team.
Currently with the Saskatoon Mamba.
Coach for the Saskatoon Mamba.
And I'm playing for the Saskatoon Mamba. It means a lot. Making a leap from the U Sport level to the CEBL level is a pretty big jump. So being able to have my family, my friends support me is always a good thing.
Everybody kind of wants to be, growing up, you want to be that best athlete that you can be, and you kind of want to be known around your city for it if you can, right? So to see my work pay off and that I'm able to be recognized a little bit here, it's definitely something to be proud of.
It's huge. You're seeing it. You're seeing kids that, you're seeing Easton and Mo, who went to Holy Cross and Walter Murray right here in Saskatoon, come to play for the U of S, and now are playing in the CEBL. To see that pathway of kids that could play basketball here in this city, to play then for the university team, to then play for the professional team in the city, it's an amazing thing. You have to be able to see people do it that came from where you come from, right? And that gives you the hope and the belief and the know that it can happen.
The biggest adjustment I would say is probably the speed and physicality. I'm not really used to it, being that I'm going against like seasoned pros and stuff, and also the attention to detail.
First of all, the competitiveness. Obviously college is competitive league up here in Canada, but the competitiveness of these pros is definitely on another level, as well as my role, right? I'm going to be asked to do different things this summer from what I've been doing in my college season, and it's a great learning experience.
I get to see their hard work every day. And it's amazing to have everybody else get a chance to reward that hard work, by coming out and supporting them, right? And whether it's coming to watch them play for the U of S and having all the success they have for us, the U of S, or now getting a chance to watch them play for the CEBL, it's an amazing thing that they deserve all the credit in the world, because they both had a good amount of talent, and they got great coaching from me, obviously. But it's their hard work, and their hard work it deserves to be applauded, and getting chances to be drafted and getting chances and opportunities like these shows that if you work hard enough at something, you're going to get the most out of it.
It's a great honor. I love this city. I'm happy to grow up here. I think it's a great place. I try to show that in my attitude and in my effort.
It means a lot, being that when I was younger, I didn't really have any role models to look up to in Saskatoon, so it's always great to be able to be a role model for the younger generation.
What gives you confidence about the future of basketball in Saskatchewan?
The people that are kind of running the youth programming, I think that's the super exciting part of it. Probably Greg's probably the better guy to ask that question, because he's the president of our Minor Basketball Association. So you have somebody like him who's a national champion, a CEBL champion, running our youth development program. You have Alex Campbell running our youth development program. We're talking from the Mamba perspective, but he's the assistant GM, right? The all-time leading scorer in CEBL history for a Canadian player. And he's running our Husky development program for our young kids. You see the type of people, and that's just the two big names. You're talking about a ton of great local talent coaching these young kids, and that's what gives you a great idea of what the future could become.
Welcome back here halftime. It's Montreal 44, Saskatoon 36. Gavin Bear, Dwight Walton on this Tuesday night. It has been effortless at times for Michael Hughes II, what he's done for this team. It's been a peach of a start for Taven Dunn-Martin. And you see from the highlights here, Dwight, I mean, look, Osawi opened up the scoring for the Lions. It was Taven Dunn-Martin for the bulk along with Kareem Mane, as you see from the highlights. What's got to change now going towards the second half for the Mamba to get back in this game?
Well, it was pretty clear to start the ball game, Mo, that Coach Small wanted to take advantage of Taven Dunn-Martin on the interior because he is the smallest player on the floor. But over the course of the game, Tavion's offense sort of took over for the Mamba, sort of negating that assignment early on. But here, the Mamba don't want to turn the ball over, allowing the Alliance to get out in transition. And here we go, once again, there's TDM turning the ball over. JFL finding a streaking Trent Johnson for the early season slam of his early CEBL career. And there, right there, Kareem Mane was with the first of 3 consecutive layup possessions here. Here's Gordon driving, finding Kareem Mane with the last of the 3 layups, when forcing Coach Small to call a timeout. And here we find Gordon once again driving through traffic, through the teeth of the defense, and finishing with a tough layup right there. And then there's Lou Williams catching the ball over the top, initially missing the first shot, and then being Johnny on the spot, finishing with a strong layup. There's Quincy Guerrier with one of his 2 field goals, the first shot being a 3, there with a tough turnaround jumper. And there's Tim giving DeJuan Gordon, an early opportunity from 3 from the short corner. So as we see by the percentages here, the Alliance are definitely shooting better than the Mamba. 3-point shots, not so much. But there's the free throw line once again. Although they've gone to the free throw line more than the Mamba, they still have their issues, missing 5 free throws.
Key number, the Dimes, 11-6. Montreal has 11 for the game last week against Scarborough. They had 19. Coming up, second half action, Montreal 44, Saskatoon 36. You watch CBL Basketball Live on GEM, YouTube, CBL Plus, and TSN 690. All right, welcome back to Verdun. It is halftime. We're waiting for Isaiah Fox to join Gavin Bear for the halftime chat. 44-36 lead for the Alliance over the Mamba. And you look at these highlights here for Tavian Dunn-Martin. Great start for him, Dwight, and what he's done so far today for the visitors. He flew out with 9 points, but hasn't done much since the first quarter.
Well, he definitely wanted, you knew that he wanted to come off and start strong in his return to Montreal, but he's been contained ever since that strong start when he had 9 of the first 12 points for the Mamba early on in this game. But if there's one thing he definitely can do is score the basketball. That's the Mamba are definitely going to need him to come up huge again in the second half to cut into this 8-point lead and eventually come out with the win tonight.
And as for the Alliance, Javon Freeman-Liberty, not the same effect that he had in Game 1 and Game 2, but still making his noise on the court.
Definitely has 9 points in this first half to start the game. And listen, he didn't get off to a strong start on Friday night either. Let's see if he can continue and do better in the second half.
Let's go to Gab with head coach of the Saskatoon Mamba, Isaiah Fox.
Thanks, Mo. So, Coach, we know basketball is a game of run and momentum. How do you try to regain that coming in the second half?
Well, we got to keep attacking, and hopefully we can get some of these attacks to lead to free throws. I think we're doing a good job of getting to the paint. I don't want our guys to get frustrated, though, if they don't get the calls. We just got to keep playing through contact, expect the physicality, and just keep attacking.
Obviously, we were expecting a big half from TDM coming off, playing on a team last year. He got pretty good looks in the first half. How do you continue to keep him involved in the second half as well?
For TDM, it's for us to get some flow for him. So get some high screens, high drags, let him create, let him feel free out there. We think he's doing a great job. We just got to keep it going for him.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Gab and Coach Fox. In fact, Coach Fox used an F word on Saturday's game. I was trying to figure out which F word he was referring to. But right now, you see the efforts from Saskatoon. Here is Kareem Mane, who was 3 of 4 in the first half. He got all 3 baskets in a row for the Mamba before the timeout by Montreal.
Oh, yeah, on 3 consecutive possessions. There was the nice putback for the second layup. And here was DeJuan Gordon finding him in transition for the third of the 3 layups in a row, forcing the Alliance to call a timeout. So you know that had to feel good for the hometown kid to see the ball go into the basket.
And here's Lou Williams III, and he had a great first half. He was quiet but devastating in terms of his influence with the ball in his hands.
Javon Freeman-Liberty might have been the player to watch for the Alliance coming into the game, and he himself had 9 points that first half, but it was Lou Williams II who was the Alliance leading scorer at halftime with 11 points, and a lot of his damage was done by doing the hard work, running in transition, and giving his team and himself second opportunities by getting on the offensive glass and creating havoc in the lane. Definitely made a 3 right here off of a screen and roll action with Michael Hughes. But along with Hughes, he was huge on the defensive glass, on the rebounds in particular, having 4 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass.
Say Hughes and huge 10 times in a row.
That's
that
right.
plays out for them as well.
That's
of course,
right.
for Lou Williams III, scored about a fourth of the points there. There's Olivier Rioux, formerly of the Florida Gators, now playing and committed down to California to pursue his academics and athletics.
And
Rioux won the national title with the Florida Gators.
And I like the shirt, the jerseys that he's wearing right now.
I've never heard of that team. I don't know if is that an upstart program?
You never heard of Canada basketball?
I've never heard of that before.
Yes.
Is that an up-and-coming country?
Well, I believe so, yes. Yes.
I'll have to pay attention a little bit more.
And I believe I've been a part of the program since.
You don't say.
I won't say the year.
You don't say. You don't say. Maybe our great production team can get the 1988 Seoul Olympic highlights of Dwight Walton.
Yes, that would be nice.
You know,
I did have one of my better games of my career, a humble brag. I had 17 points, 7 rebounds in 12 minutes against the former Yugoslavia.
Sorry, you said something? I didn't hear what you said. You're lucky the coach wasn't playing that day. All right, second half action about to begin here. Gavin Beard, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan, Montreal up by a score of 44-36. And this is their second halftime lead this year. When you lead at halftime, they're 0-1. Meanwhile, for Sask, they're 0-2 in the trail at halftime of a game. We'll see what can change now going towards quarters 3 and 4, and then target time a bit later on this Tuesday night.
And let's see, right here, the Alliance have the initial possession here in the second half. Let's see if they can get off to a strong start and continue the momentum that they had going into halftime here early in the third quarter.
We'll see what Quincy Gurrier can do. Can he provide a bit of tonic? He's been the supplier of suppliers for this team for the year and change he's been with this organization. And we'll see now what he can do. He's got the confidence, he's got the arrogance, and now it is Montreal back on possession to perhaps go up by 10 for the first time in this game. Here's the second. Watched by Williams. Asawe repelled away. Williams in the cleanup.
Excellent defensive possession to start the second half for the Mamba.
Townsend opened up the scoring, and he was quiet since then. A whistle as well against the Alliance with 9:40 left.
Quincy Guerrier thought he played pretty decent defense. Thought the dribbler, Townsend, just lost the basketball, lost his balance. Referee called a foul.
And there's a replay right there. We're back to live action we go, and it is back over to the Mamba. And coming through is Fuller. He was empty on that one.
Fuller with a determined drive came up empty on that shot.
Williams, 11 points from the center arc. Nylon. And just like that, Montreal up by 11.
Early offense, finding Lou Williams on the smaller TDM on the transition. Mamba sent the second player. Williams finds JFL for three.
9:06 left in this third quarter. Townsend. And a rebound right back to Javon Freeman Liberty. Williams the third against TDM. Big versus small. Help along the way. And Big wins that one. And he doesn't miss many of those.
Pretty apparent what the Alliance want to do again to start the second half. They want to take advantage of Tavion Don Martin on the interior.
And that same pattern of behavior for the Mamba, down by double digits. That will not count on Mane. With 8:38 left, and not saying this game is done and dusted yet for the Alliance, but right now the Mamba are in a deep hole of Reading against the Alliance.
The Mamba seem to be able to stick. Here's the early offense right here. There's Lou Williams, the second body, came leaving JFL open for the open three.
Williams. Another rebound for Townsend, again on the byline. On the turn, rejected by the side of the backboard. Sass now is 4-14 from long range in this game.
The Mamba missed early close opportunities in the second half.
Freeman Liberty finding Gurrier. From the corner, back out to Gurrier. Thought about the three, will go for the drive instead. And the scenic route does not come up with the sunrise. Back door, and that hammer from Gurrier. The second bite of the cherry, even sweeter.
Quincy missed the initial shot. Of course, Michael Hughes doing what he does best, offensive rebound, finding Quincy for the strong two-handed finish.
51-36, Dunbarton interception. Freeman Liberty, Lou Williams the third. Money on him, post play, and that ball is going towards the St. Lawrence River. And this is the last touch by who? There's a conversation.
It was tipped. It was tipped by the Mamba, and now the Mamba want a review on the floor, but unfortunately, we don't have it in the CEBL until the playoffs.
I don't think the players got the memo on there's no challenges in the regular season.
There was Hughes once again with the offensive rebound, finding Quincy Guerrier for the two-handed dunk.
Live action we go, and here is Javon Freeman Liberty, watched by Williams. Williams on his left hip pocket, repelled away. Third block today from the Mamba. Williams cannot get that one for the Alliance. And here's a 2-on-1 from Mane. Mane, showtime. And that is going towards Regina.
You were right about the showtime. I think Kareem Mane picked up his dribble too early, so when he decided to make the pass, the pass wasn't the right idea. If he keeps the dribble, he finishes with an easy layup.
Stevens and Johnson in. Hughes the second off as well. And meanwhile, coming in the game for the Mamba, I believe, is Gordon in the game as well.
And we see Trent Johnson coming in early, a substitution for Kevin Osawe.
7:22 left in this third quarter play. Montreal up by 15. Lou Williams the third. Gurrier from the flats. And a rebound, tug of war, and who's got it? 7:10 left.
Lou Williams once again off the Guerrier miss from the short corner. Lou Williams is definitely taking heed to what Coach Small wanted for the Alliance coming into this game. There he is once again with the offensive rebound, forcing the contact on Marcus Harding. Let's see what out-of-bounds play here the Alliance can come up with to get an easy basket.
The Eastern Conference game is presented by Lotto Max, and we have a bit of wrestling going on with Williams and Guerrier. As Guerrier tried to do a little Greco-Roman takedown of Williams.
I'll never understand, Mo, how Jalen Williams could be questioning that call. It was pretty obvious what he did. Correct call was made by Jason Steele.
And now with 7:06 left, that's a second team foul, and that is a shot for Trent Johnson, who has found his verve in this game.
Trent Johnson feeling more and more comfortable in the second game of his CEBL career.
And unfortunately for David Dunn-Martin, his size of 11 out of bounds.
Excellent defense by the Alliance, using the baseline as a sixth defender, forcing TDM to go out of bounds. Early pass from Q on the baseline, finding TJ with the three. That's what he's known for, shooting the ball from distance.
And right now, for the Mamba, they're shooting 37% in this game. They have shot 45% or better in the first two games this year. Guerrier. Rebound Mane.
Nice move by Guerrier, unfortunate with the miss.
Gordon back on the dribble. Trying to fend off Johnson, a little dance going up. And that will not go in. And rebound for Stevens. And here is Javon Freeman-Liberty from one end. And he's fouled by Mane. And you talk about the attack-minded approach of Javon Freeman-Liberty. He has really opened up the spacing for the Alliance.
Well, the Alliance are definitely doing a better job in the half court. There's JFL getting his shoulders by Kareem Mane, who just basically gave up on the possession and fouled JFL. Let's see if JFL could make some free throws here. The Alliance are doing a much better job to start this second half and creating distance between them and the Mamba.
Mane, Dunn-Martin, Gordon, along with Tim and Williams. And about to come in is Anderson, Guerrier, Johnson, Freeman-Liberty, Lou Williams III, and Ben Stevens. But we'll see who will be tagging out. It's either going to be Lou Williams III, Trent Johnson, or Freeman-Liberty.
The Alliance, they do have an 18-point lead right now, but the free throws continue to be an issue.
Not that time, Floyd.
Well, 1 for 2 for JFL.
Not that time.
Jalen Anderson coming in to replace the aforementioned Javon Freeman-Liberty.
Montreal now 10-15 from the line, and they're up by 19. 6:15 left in this third quarter play. Dunn-Martin, here's Tim. Dunn-Martin on the sidecar now to Mane, the teardrop. He's 4 or 5, 8 points for the Montreal.
Excellent dribble drive by Kareem Mane with the nice floater over the top.
Guerrier, Stevens, second-year player with the Alliance. Guerrier, second-year player with the Alliance. Here's Anderson, first-year player, making his second-year move, and they're back up by 19.
The first day I met Jalen Anderson at a workout, very impressed with his mid-range game. Show me why once again.
Was he impressed with the bench press? Was that where you saw him?
I did not see him in the weight room, but like I said, I saw him go through a pretty tough workout with one of the assistant coaches, Jeff DeSato. It was a nice mid-range jump. Here's Kareem using his athletic ability, his length, with the nice floater over the top. And there's the one-step jab, getting away from his defender, Jalen Anderson, with a nice mid-range jump.
And that will be a whistle, and that will not be a challenge. Gordon is a bit perplexed. And again, they cannot challenge here. And I don't think DeJuan Gordon got the memo. There are no challenges in the regular season. And the pantomime body expression of Sask says it all.
I think the Mamba are committed there with two. That's clearly an offensive rebound, an offensive foul on by DeJuan Gordon, going up into the chin area of Quincy Guerrier.
And here is the artistic gravity, and that is going to be repelled. But Johnson there on the cleanup.
Trent Johnson is showing that he's not only a shooter, he is extremely athletic and willing to finish above the rim. His second dunk of his early CEBL career.
So again, one thing to look at here is that unfortunately the air conditioning is not working today, so the court is a little bit slippery, and Monty had a blow of his shoe on the court and had to get that cleaned up.
A lot of condensation on the court. As you said, Mo, it's very warm here in Montreal.
Mane, interception. Stevens caught 2 mics. Him on the recovery. Here's Dunn-Martin open from the 45. Bullseye. And they're down by a score of 59-41.
So far, that's the only way the Mamba have been able to score is by turning the Alliance over. Right there, Gordon taking advantage with the shot from distance.
Gurrier, Stevens, watched by Tim. Big on big. Post play Gurrier using his deltoids. Johnson, the hot hand. Gurrier on the interplay. 2 left the shot clock. At the death, that won't count. And we go back the other way, and Montreal was caught in 2 minds with that. 4:39 left here. Timeout call in the court. You watch the CBL Basketball Live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, YouTube, and CBL Plus, and listening on TSN 690. With 4:39 left in this third quarter, Montreal up by a score of 59-41. Can they hold on? Going towards quarter number 4? Stay tuned. Work to be done for the Mamba as Gordon gained that 3. He's got 10 so far in this game here, Dwight. But again, for the Mamba, if they're going to do it before, the 3-point shot has to be like this for the team from the Prairies.
One of the few bright spots here early in the second half is DeJuan Gordon scoring that 3 from the 45 angle. But the Alliance have done a much better job, Mo, in this second half of establishing themselves in the half court defensively. They're finishing off each possession by getting a defensive rebound and then finding themselves having early opportunities, which breaks down the Mamba's defense, which then in essence gives the Alliance a lot of freedom of reign to get offensive rebounds early in the second half.
Well, if you missed the first 2 Montreal Alliance games, including tonight, you can catch the rest. There's 10 more to go here. Here's Dunbarton, denied by Stevens, and back out to Townsend. Dunbarton from the corner pocket. 6 points off of 2 shots from long range. Get your tickets for Alliance and get the experience like none other. Go on the QR code, scan that, or visit AllianceMontreal.ca to get your tickets. But right now, that is a must-see ticket of Tavian Dunbarton down by 15.
Tavian Dunbarton has seen a shot block before, so he was definitely not deterred by the early shot block by Ben Stevens. Composed himself, made a 3 in the corner, and then stared down the Alliance bench as he ran back in transition. Here's the replay. There's Tavian Dunbarton making the 3, then looking at the coach and the bench after making that shot, giving the Mamba some momentum on this offensive possession.
I spoke to Dunbarton in warmups and the shoot-around, and not to say he was upset, but he felt like he didn't get the respect from the Alliance on trying to bring him back. Fuller. Rebound, back to Johnson.
Players will always feel like that when they don't re-sign with the club.
Freeman Liberty, and day 1 Gordon with the foul, and with 3:46 left, that'll put Montreal on the bonus, and that'll be the 15th foul, 3rd on Gordon. And here is Freeman Liberty.
Here's JFL once they're creating the contact, absorbing it from DeJuan Gordon. Let's see, he had struggled from the line tonight. Let's see if JFL can convert 2 in a row.
And with that, it is now JFL at the line for the Alliance. And so far today, he is on 9 points. Still on 9 points. And from the line so far, he is 1 of 3.
That is the one area that JFL has struggled from so far this season. Has definitely established himself as one of the better scorers in the CEBL. Needs to take advantage of the free throw line as well.
1 of 2, and that adds a bit of gloss to Montreal. And now back in the game will be Chaplin going off. There's 6, and it appears it will be Townsend going off for the Mamba. Right now on the court, Johnson, Anderson, Shimanga in for the first time today. Freeman Liberty along with Asawe, TDM along with Chaplin, Tim, Gordon, and Fuller. Here's Dawan Gordon, dancing. 10 left in the shot clock. Fuller, tough shot, will go to the line. And you start to see a little bit more venom from the Mamba in the last few possessions.
Well, they have no choice, Mo. They need to start chipping away at this lead as we approach the start of the fourth quarter. And, of course, we approach 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. That's where the target score starts. So it's up to the Mamba right now to just creep their way back into this game and give themselves a chance to win as we approach target score towards the end of the fourth quarter.
So a reminder again, bring your crew and experience the game day like never before. Get Alliance tickets by scanning the QR code or by visiting alliancemontreal.ca/tickets. Next home game, I believe, is end of May against Ottawa?
Yes.
Yes. I lose track of who plays through sometimes. Turnover by the Alliance. Here are the Mamba. 6 left the shot clock, and that will be another whistle. And it's been one-way traffic of late for the Mamba, who are down by 15, but have shown, again, much more edge than before.
Well, I like it when Easton Tim and the second unit comes in for the Mamba, and it's creating more energy that Isaiah Fox will need if the Mamba want to come back. And now Tim going back to the bench here, and Marcus Harding has come back in, and we see Quincy Guerrier coming in to replace Trent Johnson right here. So I think a chess game going on here between Isaiah Fox and Jermaine Small, as Small feels the momentum being taken away ever so slightly from the Alliance right now.
Montreal holding on to a 15-point lead, 3:17 left, making it a 14-point lead. And that is confirmed by Fuller. The Long Island product scoring 11 a game so far for the Mamba.
What is key right now for the Mamba, these free throws will enable the Mamba to get their defense set and be balanced here in the half court.
Yeah, they went 9 of 12 from the line against Winnipeg, and we'll see what they can do here if they can use the free throw line as their key to success. Osawe, Shimanga in the block. Here is Guerrier, here is Osawe, 8 left in the shot clock for the Alliance. 4 left in the shot clock for the Alliance. That wasn't a pretty possession for Osawe, and you might want to burn that highlight moment, and that shot won't count.
Well, you know what? I don't want to pin blame anywhere here, but the initial pass from Guerrier back to Osawe, if it had been a better pass, I think KO would have got a shot off, but the pass was bad, forcing KO to go one-on-one at the end of the shot clock. Pretty good defensive possession right there by the Mamba.
And now it is Dunn Martin. The arts and crafts on display, and he looks towards the Montreal fan base, and now they're down by 10.
They have cut that 19-point lead down to 10. The Mamba on a bit of a run as we approach the fourth quarter.
Osawe from the 45. Another rebound for Dunn Martin. Here he comes. Transition move for Gordon. Drive-by, up and over, bouncing through, and he will go to the free throw line, and that was a lung-bursting moment for the Mamba. And all of a sudden now, Dwight, you said it before, they were up by 19, and this might be inside 10 points with 2:17 left.
Well, right now the Mamba are on a 9-0 run. Tavian Don Martin already made one in the corner instead down the bench, and now he's telling the crowd here in Montreal that he's here. He's trying to help his Mamba team with a comeback here as we approach towards the end of the third quarter.
And here's Dawan Gordon at the line, 83% for the season, and he will add more to his tally for the Mamba, and he is on point number 13 of the day.
The Mamba are doing what they have to do. Like I said a couple of minutes ago, Mo, you want to chip into this lead so you give yourself an opportunity as we approach the target score towards the end of the fourth quarter. Huge defensive stop here. Very important offensive possession for the Alliance.
And this might be deja vu for the Alliance. Remember, they were up by 10 plus in Scarborough, and Scarborough just went on a run, 25-4. Here is Williams III. Another rebound for Dunn Martin. Here he is after Verzon on his horse. Gordon from the 45. And now it's a long pass to Guerrier. Flight 6 confirmed.
That's what happens when you take a long shot, long rebound. Johnny on the spot right there was Quincy Guerrier with the open floor finish.
Gordon, Johnson about to come back in for the Alliance. Gordon at the logo. Here's Dunn Martin, watched by Shimanga. The long 3, nylon. Give him a call, 1-800-TAVIAN Dunn Martin.
Tavian Dunn Martin has knocked down his last 3 shots from distance. This 19-point lead is now down to 7.
And we're going the other way. Turnover, foul by Shimanga.
Shimanga in his 2 minutes has been called for 3 fouls here. Michael Hughes coming back to the floor. Here's Quincy Guerrier with the dunk to give some of the momentum back to the Alliance. But Tavian Dunn-Martin, miscommunication defensively, giving him some breathing room, and he does what he does best, knocks down a shot from three-point land.
14-3 run for the Mamba. They were down by a score of 59-41, and now in 5 links to the eye, they're down by 7. Dunn-Martin back with it. Lou Williams the third on him. Help along the way. Going, looking, beautiful passing. And the rhythm is blues on that finish by the Mamba.
Nice extra pass by Jamal Fuller, finding Gordon with the open three.
4-point lead. Freeman Liberty. And now a chance for the Mamba to come up here. They are fizzing right now. Dunn-Martin looking, waiting, patiently, releasing, and now they're down by 2.
How quickly the tide has turned here towards the end of this third quarter. A 19-point lead has been cut to 2.
19-3 run, enterprising attack by the Mamba. They are hissing and they are slithering their way through, putting the squeeze on the Huskies.
There's some frustration here as we see Jamal Fuller questioning the call from MP Mallow. But I think it's a good foul because now it forces the Alliance to take the ball on the side. Is it a 2-shot foul? Yes, it is. The Alliance right here going to the free throw line for 2 important free throws.
And for those Mamba fans who are watching right now, don't forget, come see the new chapter, Pro Ball in Saskatoon. Tickets available by scanning the QR code or by visiting saskatoonmamba.ca/tickets. And if you are not on the edge of your seats tonight, I don't know what will make you on the edge of your seats, but this has been quite the run here. It's been a feast for the Mamba. It's been a famine for the Alliance. They have been forceful. They've been purposeful. They've been easing the eye of the Mamba in the last 5 minutes of play. Again, they were down by a score of 59-41, and now they're down by a single field goal.
And it's been led by Tavian Dunn-Martin and Dawan Gordon. TDM in particular, you know that he came here tonight with a purpose. He wanted to remind the Alliance what they didn't take back this season. And you know he's definitely feeling good about himself because now he has brought his Mamba teammates back to within 3.
What's the old expression? The heart yearns what it doesn't have.
Oh, yeah, unbelievably so.
Right
yes,
now,
sir.
the Alliance might be yearning for Tavian Dunn-Martin because they have not found a supply of points from anyone. Dunn-Martin has been that from the Mamba. 25 seconds left. They're down by 4 with Saskatoon over Montreal.
Now the Alliance are in a 2-3 zone. Let's see if that affects the Mamba at all.
The alley. And that might have affected the move.
There was a deflection on the oop attempt. Good defense there by the Alliance.
Big clock, 10 seconds. Shot clock is off. 8 seconds left to go. Anderson on the switch. Anderson looking, 2 left. Johnson at the deck. And we go to quarter number 4. Montreal up by 4. 64-60 lead. You're watching CEBL Basketball Live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, YouTube, CEBL Plus, and also on TSN 690. It was a runaway for the Alliance, but now we're back to nip and tuck. Montreal up by 4, going to quarter number 4. Welcome back. Quarter number 4 upon us. Montreal up by a score of 64-60 over the Saskatoon Mamba. And here is the cruise of the game, Dwight. And we've seen a lot of cruising by both teams.
Well, Trent Johnson right there showing he's more than just a shooter. Nice bounce pass from Javon Fremont-Liberty, finding the streaking Trent Johnson for the emphatic one-handed finish over the top, getting this crowd from Verdun a little bit hyped earlier in the game.
Let's go to Gab with quick huddle thoughts from the Montreal Lions.
So they kept repeating, it's that time. They have to be ready. They have to make and fight when the team come back like we've seen tonight. It's really up to keeping things simple, moving the ball offensively, and really focusing on shot selection to continue increasing that lead. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Gab. And we'll see if they can find that shot selection in quarter number 4. And again, you look at the lead now. When Montreal leads going into the third quarter, this is the first lead of the day. When Sask is trailing, they're 0-2 going into the target time here. So we'll see if they can change that number. And now looking the number through, and that will go through for Chaplin. Here's a long pass for Lou Williams III, who will take the safety route instead of the high dunk.
Excellent start. He's ending the defensive possession with the rebound, getting out in transition. Lou Williams getting the Lions off to a good start for the fourth quarter.
6-point lead for the Lions. Switch of play, open. 8 left in the shot clock. Here's Fuller's 3. Another rebound for Hughes II.
Hughes is a monster on a defensive glass.
That's 9 today. We'll see if he can finish this startup here on that rebound. The high-low. Hughes II. He starts it, can't finish it.
A little bit, I think he rushed a little bit on the catch. Thought he had an easier shot. Came up short right there.
Dunbarton's inside. He's got space to work with. Dunbarton will go to the free throw line as he bamboozled not one but 2 Alliance defenders.
TDM definitely showing his quickness off the dribble right there, eluding 2 Alliance defenders. Here he is right there, misses 1 contact, and then creating contact with Lou Williams, who has been the best defender on TDM tonight. Not saying he's had great success, but he's had the most success on TDM tonight.
Dunbarton on 20. He had 30 in the loss to Winnipeg. And this is a Mamba team that could get Devontae Bandu back in the fold. He's been a long-time Rattler member for many years. And Betty Ackle might be coming in as well. So they're going to get some reinforcements, regardless of what happens today, win or lose, in the coming weeks, perhaps, with those 2 big names.
With the earlier start to the season, Mo, in the CEBL this summer, you're going to see a lot of roster changes more towards the middle of the season, more than we have usually seen it.
Yeah, I had to change my vacation plans earlier on. Here's Hughes II on the pirouette in traffic, and he will go to the free throw line. And he's been a gem among the crown jewels for the Lions this season, young season that is, being a rebounder and a shot maker.
Michael Hughes right there showing the pirouette, getting Marcus Harding off balance, creating contact. Let's see if he can go to the line right now, make some more free throws. He's gotten himself into a little bit of a rhythm tonight because he has been to the free throw line quite often. These free throws are very important as the Alliance try to increase the lead as we approach the target score.
Osawe in, Gurry off, no subs for the Mamba, and there's a bit of conversation here as the arms up in the air for Jamal Fuller. And it appears he might have been the guilty one on the foul.
But I will say this, it might be a blessing in disguise because I believe they might have given the foul to the wrong player, but it kept Harding, I believe, out of serious foul trouble. So that's why the coaching staff called Fuller over and said, listen, relax. It's working out for us.
Taking one for the team.
Thank you very much. Exactly
the fall guy.
That's right.
We'll see who said that. But right there is second on that finish. 7-point lead with about 4:37 left before target time. And now is Dunbarton back with it. It is Lou Williams III's job to watch him, and Montreal in the zone. Fuller, Dunbarton, right down St. Catherine Street. And you talk about the firebrand that he is the fire of the Mamba attack.
As I said at the top of the broadcast, as soon as he crosses half court, He believes he's open. Lazy pass by Anderson. Let's see what TDM can do here.
Okay, get 2 scores, confirmed. Tim on the finish, and you see them having a much bigger storm than before.
TDM now having an effect on the floor defensively, finding Tim with a nice reverse layup.
And that is a response from Anderson to get it back up by 4.
Excellent move by Anderson. Caught TDM sleeping, anticipating the move.
Giveaway. And here is Hughes the second. And an easy two-handed slam. They're back up by 6. 4-0 run. Tongue-off call by Fox. We want to talk about it. And Montreal, when they think they're pulling away, they get dragged back into the hopper. But now they're up by 6 with 7:40 and change left.
Tavian Martin gave some shots, but then he gave away a couple of possessions as well. Now giving the Alliance a little bit of a momentum shift here, forcing Isaiah Fox to call a timeout so the Mamba can gather their thoughts and gather themselves collectively.
I believe that's give it and take it.
Give it and take it. Thank you very much.
That's what it is.
But there's TDM telling Coach Small and the Alliance, I don't care about your zone. I'm still going to shoot over the top. And there he is, creating a turnover, finding a streaking Easton Tim with a nice reverse layup. There, unfortunately, gave a little wide open lane to a Jalen Anderson for a layup. And then Michael Hughes with the dunk, forcing Isaiah Fox to call a timeout so the Mamba can collect their thoughts and regain the momentum that they lost.
Right now, you look at the point scores for the Lions. Freeman Liberty 14, Lou Williams the third with 13. You look at Hughes second with 10. Quincy Gurrier, another peripheral game today, Dwight. Only 9 points so far, but yet they're up by 6. Is it going to be one of those things that they can have the luxury, maybe Gurrier being not so dominant and everyone else stepping up here?
Well, you always want one of your better players, if not your best player, to be your best player. But there's only so much the Alliance can do if Quincy Gurrier is not off to the offensive start that we believe that he should have over the course of the season. It's nice for the Alliance to have Guerrier's back, but you also want to see Guerrier gain more confidence on the offensive end.
Well, Dwight, next game for the Mamba is back-to-back road games as they will go Thursday morning to play the Scarborough Shooting Stars in Toronto at the Pan Am Center at 11 a.m. That's an early start, man, for anyone. That's too early for my liking. But that is going to be a fun game to watch. Stars and the Mamba and the Alliance. We'll get to that next game in a moment here. And working its way through. And here is Monty, who has had a respite on the bench for the majority of this fourth quarter. Sass will have to get this down to a 1-score lead. And that will help with Chaplin on the finish.
Wow, that offensive possession without TDM on the floor looked kind of choppy, but Chapman bailing the Mamba out with a nice soft floater over the top.
As long as the job is done, that's all that matters for Isaiah Fox and the Mamba. Freeman Liberty off balance, short, not his day. Rebound Monty. Could he get it down to a 1-score lead? Monty transition, Chaplin dancing his way through, and there's a whistle. That will not count with 6:51 left.
That was an excellent move, though, by Chapman, using his left leg to plant, create separation from the defender, creating contact, and the ball slipped off the lip of the rim. There was a finish, but the initial shot was missed. That was a nice move by Chapman in transition. There's a replay. You'll see him plant his left leg, shedding his defender, creating contact. Let's see if he can get these 2 free throws here.
Sass is actually now 9 of 11. 9 of 12, I beg your pardon, on that, and they've had a good day at the free throw line. As for the Montreal Lions, their next game will be a Saturday night rivalry match in Ottawa when they face the Blackjacks in the arena at TD Place. Tip-off at 7 p.m. East, and the Blackjacks, Dwight, I know it's early days, look impressive.
Oh, absolutely. You know they're always going to put forth a great team on the basketball floor.
Well, they took out the champions the other night. Kimbo McKenzie, the new head coach, taking over for Vic Razzo. Here's Anderson. In fact, Jermaine Small is the most tenured coach in the league. Anderson from the center arc. Rebound and a new 14 for the Lions. Gurrier denied. Gurrier part 2. Gurrier at 1.
First of all, I want to give credit to Trent Johnson once again, showing he's just more than a jump shooter. He's extremely athletic, giving Quincy Guerrier the opportunity to go up not once, but twice, finishing through contact, going to the line for a possible three-point play. That was a very important second chance opportunity that was created by the rookie, Trent Johnson.
28-15 run for the Mamba, and for Quincy Guerrier, that was not the shot of all shots. Here's Monty, the Montrealer from the South Shore of the region. Chaplin is down his way through. Huge second about to come back in. Chaplin to the right. And a rebound for Montreal and on the end line, and that will be a whistle. Tim was on the ground, and that will be a foul on number 55 for the Mamba.
That is kind of a good thing for the Mamba because Tim was on the floor, would have created a 5-on-4 opportunity in transition for the Alliance. The referee sort of bailing the Mamba out by calling that foul in the backcourt.
Harding about to come back. Sorry, Dwight Harding about to come back.
Yes, Harding about to come back in to replace the aforementioned Easton Tim, who has brought some energy for the Mamba tonight.
6:08 left. Montreal up by a score of 74-69. Gavin Barrett, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan. And now it is back over to Anderson against Mane from the center arc. And he will go to the line with 3 free throws. And Jalen Anderson has been a magician creating something out of nothing with those 3-point shots resulting in free throws.
He is definitely a good player creating off the dribble right here. Here he is sort of getting Kareem Manning off balance, and then obviously the foul there, Kareem Manning not allowing Jalen Anderson to come down in his pocket space. A 3-shot opportunity for the Alliance.
Yeah, to add a bit of an insurance policy, they will add 1 on that. And now TDM will come back in for the Mamba, and I would safe to say, Dwight, I think he's going the distance now.
Oh, well, 100%.
And Anderson adding a bit of gloss as they're up by a score of 75-69.
And Jermaine Small is going to counter by bringing back in Lou Williams. Like I said, I think he's done the best job tonight in defending TDM. That's why Small is coming back with Lou Williams. It's not that Anderson is not playing well. Lou Williams, a little bit longer, a little bit more length, a little bit more issues for TDM on the offensive end.
So Chaplin off along with Anderson. Montreal back up by a score of 8 with 5:52 left. Again, 150 and change before Target is in that territory. TDM from the center arc. Nylon.
Straight off the bench. Excellent escape dribble. Rejecting the screen by TDM and knocking down an all-important 3, cutting the lead to 5.
And he is giving the eye stare of eye stares towards the Montreal bench. Hughes at second, and he stared that down, sumptuous on that finish.
That was a great post-up by Hughes, but the pass by Williams was even better, eluding the opportunity on the steal on the defensive end.
And TDM's not happy right now on a non-foul call, and here come the Mamba-led Harding boys, and he comes up with the finish on that.
Marcus Harding with the patience, got 2 players in the air. Hughes coming down, Harding going up.
5-point lead, a minute before we hit target time with 5 minutes left in this ball game. Here's Guerrier, and here is Freeman Liberty against Mane. Freeman Liberty, the former Raptor, and Mane, the former Cheetah, getting that rebound.
Excellent defense right there by Montreal's own Kareem Manning. Important possession right here.
Mane, whistle. And you look at his pogo stick-like body that he has. He has got that explosive first step for the Mamba, and he did create a foul out of it.
Without question, took on the there's TDM rejecting the screen off Lou Williams and knocking down a 3 straight off the bench. He knew he couldn't wait to get back. And here's Lou Williams with the excellent entry pass to Michael Hughes, warding off his defender and finishing with the strong dunk.
And Monty missing that free throw. And that is a wobble because they have not missed many free throws.
That is a huge miss by Kareem Manning. Again, we're 42 seconds away from target score. These free throws are very important.
And very important indeed, and we'll talk about that point if Montreal ends up winning by 2 against Sask. But right now they're up by 5. We are 34 seconds away from the target time territory. High-low, Johnson. And he gets another basket in there. And for Trent Johnson now, Dwight, he is up to 11 today.
Trent Johnson is earning more confidence from the coaching staff of the Alliance with his play tonight.
Not a confident finish there. Montreal will calm it down here with 4:13 left. Freeman, they'll look to add another 2-pointer. Lou Williams, the third can't. Hughes, the second, won't. And he sent that to the ball. 7-point lead.
The Alliance felt, well, Micah Hughes in particular, felt that he got fouled on that last offensive rebound opportunity. Trent Johnson has done a terrific job tonight. He has earned his stripes tonight in his second game in the CEBL for the Alliance.
Well, I think he's also in the #1 spot for Dunk of the Week.
Yeah, two of them, yes, absolutely.
I think there's no question to be discussed about that. Mane, post play, giveaway. And we are now in that position here. Osawe caught in 2 minds, and somehow Lou Williams III will find that through. So add that lead up by 9. And there's an injury as well.
But hold on, see, this is okay. Sorry about that.
And there is a timeout here as well on the court. We are now in target time. Montreal up by 9. The target number will be 92 points. You watch the CBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CBC Sports, CEBL Plus, and TSN 690. There you have it, 92 points. The target score for either Montreal or Sask to get their first win. Montreal's 0-1 going to target when I beg pardon, Montreal has not won when leading going to target. Saskatoon is 0-2 when trailing going to target, Dwight.
And now for our radio audience on TSN 690, for those of you that don't know about the target score, right now the Alliance are leading 83-74 in the target score. You add on 9 points to the winning team. So, as I said, Montreal's winning 83-74. Add on 9 points to the Alliance score. The target score is 92. So the first team to get to 92 points this evening wins the basketball game. The Alliance are up 9, so they obviously have an advantage. Let's see if they can take advantage of it and get the first win of the season.
Yeah, we'll see if that can be the case. Someone's going to be 0-2 or 0-3 or 1 win to the name going home tonight.
Absolutely.
Gavin Barrett, Dwight Walton, Mocon, target time. Sask on possession. They are down by a score of 83-74 here from the Verdun Auditorium on this Tuesday night. And now back over, it is Fuller. Watched by Freeman Liberty. Gordon's time against Johnson. 6 left in the shot clock. Up in the air, and he's going to go to the free throw line. And again, very cheeky in how he's able to create something out of nothing.
They were using Tavion Dunn-Martin as a decoy on that offensive possession to start this target score. They were using a misdirection for Dawan Gordon to come off the screen for a 3. The play was broken down. Gordon took his man off the dribble and created contact.
And it remains 83-74 again. They have to score 18 points, Sask, to win this game. And they're down by 9. So really, it's going to be a 2-to-1 ratio of baskets required at some points.
Isaiah Fox and the Mamba are going to try and take advantage of the rookie Trent Johnson defensively. You'll see that happen on the next offensive possession.
Here's the second. Guerrier in traffic, back out from the 45. Another missed 3 for the Alliance, and so far they're 4 of 18 from long range. Dunn-Martin pushing his way through, finding the opening in Gordon. Tim in the block. And that will clank through, and the forensic finish and a 3-0 run for the Mamba, and they're down by 6.
Jalen Williams with the opportunistic finish off the initial miss by Tim on the interior.
And now we're starting to see the Mamba get themselves going forward. Johnson again, drive by on Dunn-Martin. Gurry, same spot, reload. Byline denied. 5 left in shot clock for Johnson's 3. And that is another one and done for the Alliance.
Pretty good look for TJ right there.
Opening, going through, up and over. And a miss from Williams and a rebound and a whistle. And right now it's Benoit Sask in target time.
Second chance opportunities are starting to kill the Alliance here in the target store. The Alliance got to do a much better job. They're getting pretty good looks offensively, but they got to do a better job of cleaning up their defensive possessions by grabbing defensive rebounds. Here's Jalen Williams on the reverse layup right there, creating contact.
And right now there's blowing shoelace on the court for Jamal Fuller.
Jamal Fuller. It was Fuller who got the offensive rebound and then got fouled going up and in the while losing or blowing a Cal tire.
He might have to go triple. I see that little plug over there. I think he might get a little check from Cal Tire.
That's right.
He might get one. He might get that. So, as we speak now, to reset the game, it's a 6-point lead for Montreal over Sask, 83-77. Target score is 92 points. Montreal has yet to score a basket in this sequence, and Sask has scored 4 points.
Very important right here for the Alliance to come down and get a good shot as the Mamba are cutting into this lead ever so slightly.
And a rebound for Guerrier, and could Montreal get its first points of target time? Freeman Liberty, watched closely by Gordon. And this has been a good battle here, and Freeman Liberty was a cul-de-sac with 10 left in the shot clock. Back out to Guerrier. 5 left, center arc. And another missed 3 for the Alliance, new 14 to work with. Here is Freeman Liberty with a teardrop. Smooth.
Excellent shot. Excellent second chance opportunity created again by Trent Johnson. Definitely leaving his imprint on tonight's game.
Gordon. And unfortunately for Tim, he took the brunt of it, gets up as he had Johnson flat-footed on that high-low.
It is a good foul, but the Alliance already in the penalty. Both teams are in the penalty, so every foul now, it'll be 2 shots for each team.
And there is the finish by Freeman Liberty, and here is the foul. And if that was football, that's pass interference on Trent Johnson.
Or a trip. Whatever the case, Mo, definitely a violation of flag on the play.
And the Ole Ole chants have made it from the Bell Center to the Verdun Auditorium on this Tuesday night.
Did you hear Chris Cuthbert last night on the Sportsnet broadcast? He was singing that when Newhouse scored the goal.
I was in a live chat show with a friend of ours.
That is right.
So I was not listening to the broadcast for anyone out there. But right now, the broadcast is an 85-80 lead for Montreal. And the Mamba have hissed and slithered the way back in. As they're down by 5, only 12 required. They've scored 7 to the 2 of Montreal in target time.
2 massive free throws by Easton Tim. Feeling good about himself.
Lou Williams III, he was feeling good about himself in the first half of 11. Here he is, reload, driving. And that might have been a pass too many for the Alliance. And here's a perfect pass to Tim going, and he blew a tire. And again, the perspiration on this court could be the reason why he gets so.
Condensation's going to be a problem, Mike, for sure.
And here's the second with a sure finish on that one, 4-point swing.
Hughes with the Moses Malone trying to pad up his stats by giving himself another offensive rebound, giving the Alliance a 7-point cushion, 5 points away from the target score of 92.
Thankfully for Tim, it wasn't anything serious because that could have been devastating.
Most definitely.
So Montreal needs 5 for the win. They're up by a score 87-80. Sask needs 12 points for the win. Dunn Martin. He's a real menace. Back out from the 45. And a rebound for the Mamba by Fuller on the reload. And here he is on the go. And that's a giveaway. Guerrier will get it back, and he nearly got that pickpocketed and over to the hands of Freeman Liberty. Guerrier on the gallop and a 2-handed slap, and now they're 3 points away from victory.
Guerrier made sure in the semi-transition break right there by going up with 2 hands and finishing strong.
And that wasn't a strong finish. Here's Tim. And now a chance for Montreal. 3 can hit it. And Lou Williams, the third, will give themselves one more basket required. Timeout call by Sask. Montreal needs a single point for win number 1.
My main concern right now is that no player leaves this floor tonight with any serious injury. It is very hot outside, very warm here in the city of Montreal, and the warmth has definitely made its way into the Vedant Auditorium, creating a whole lot of condensation on the court. I think a lot of the players right now are very aware and very careful when trying to make a burst on this basketball floor.
And Gurry on the slam, and that might put them one step away for the passport to victory. And Lou Williams will get that stamp and need one more just to get themselves through the borderline with win number 1.
Lou Williams, Trent Johnson have definitely made their mark in their inaugural season here in Montreal with the Alliance in the CEBL. Definitely gaining more confidence with the coaching staff. Jermaine Small definitely has 2 players that they can count on for the foreseeable future early on in the Alliance season.
And we'll see now what they can do here, and they will have a chance to kill this game away. Again, Saskatoon is literally razor margin error of victory here for them to come through.
Listen, they got to come out. Isaiah Fox definitely has drawn up a plan that's going to involve either Dajuan Gordon or Tavion Dunn-Martin here. Jalen Williams also could, and Fuller, they can all put the ball on the floor and create shots, but I'm sure the first 2 options here are either going to be TDM or Dajuan Gordon.
This would be the great escape if the Mamba are able to pull this off. But right now, Montreal needs one more stop in a conversion of a point, if not more than that, to win this game. Here is Tim with it. Huge second on him. Dunn-Martin, watched by Lou Williams III, dancing his way to the right, looking for the alley. And that will be a whistle, and this will stop play. And this will be a foul on the Alliance.
I believe it's the right call made by Jason Steele on the lob opportunity over the top for Easton Tim. There was contact right here. As you see, Tavion drives the middle of the lane. There's definite contact by Quincy Guerrier. It would have been an easy shot attempt for Tim had Guerrier not fouled him.
And Tim missing that free throw. And this year, Easton Tim is only a 50% free throw shooter. The Husky that he is. Of course, his female late Huskies, the University of Saskatchewan, the Nationals in St. Croix 2 months ago, and that is not going to go in the highlight book for Easton Tim.
But I think Easton Tim is showing confidence in Tim by going with him here in the target score, showing confidence over Harding and Townsend.
And a chance now to put this game over the hills for the Alliance and put the kill shot to the Mamba. TDM is on the side right now, and here's Fuller watching Freeman Liberty. Freeman Liberty. And just like that, on Friday, the Alliance ran out of racetrack. Tonight, they're victorious by a distance as they win 93-80 over the Saskatoon Mamba.
Excellent manipulation in the half court right there by Javon Freeman Liberty, getting into the teeth of the defense. And once he gets his shoulders past defenders, he's pretty strong in his own right. Finished tough through traffic, giving the Alliance their first win of the season.
Montreal extends their streak against the Mamba to 4 in a row. And they'll have a rendezvous later on this season. And for the Mamba, they'll head down the 401 to play the Shooting Stars Thursday morning. And the Montreal Alliance will head down the 417 or 407? 417. 417 to Ottawa on Saturday night to play the Blackjacks.
If you're the Alliance, you feel pretty good about yourselves because you held a team that averaged 95 points coming into this game tonight to 80. And the Alliance themselves averaged, I believe, 87 points, and they scored 93 tonight. So they definitely improved on both ends of the floor. They still got to clean up their free throws and their second chance opportunities by finishing off possessions by getting rebounds. But definitely a night for improvement for the Alliance, which resulted in their first win.
Stay tuned for the post-game interview with Gavin Bear for the Juicer Boost Player of the Game. And we'll see now what happens. Again, we have our next game next Tuesday. I forgot. We play here next Tuesday. Looking too far ahead with the Habs game 6. I think May 31st. But right now we'll go to Gababert, who will be with the player of the game. And we'll see which one it is. There's plenty of players who have excellent games for the Alliance so far. As again, the Alliance win 93-80 over the Saskatoon Mamba on this Tuesday night. And they'll head down to Ottawa on Saturday evening. They'll be back here Tuesday against. And now we go to Gababert with the player of the game in Michael Hughes II.
All right, thanks, Mel. So Michael, come off a second straight double-double. How important today was it to kind of show and impose your presence down in the paint?
I mean, it's me and the four, the guys out on the court and enforcing our will defensively. I mean, that comes through, you know. And they trust me, you know, to grab the boards and, you know, help us as far as communicating. So I know I put all the faith into these guys in blue.
I saw coming into the target scorer, coaches said to keep it simple, continue to grind and do the small things. How did you handle better coming into that target score today to come up with the W?
I mean, you know, from last couple of days of our preparation for Saskatoon is, you know, we had to, like, you know, stop beating ourselves. You know, we shot ourselves out of possessions, and, you know, we allowed our teams defensively to score on us. So it's like we just had to clean up minor details, and then we figured it out.
All right, thanks. Good job on the first win of the season, and good luck for next game.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
There you have it. Thank you so much, Gab, with Michael Hughes II. 6 players with 10 points or more today for the Alliance in this matchup over the Mamba. Stay tuned. We'll wrap it up here from Verdun. Montreal wins 93-80 over the Saskatoon Mamba. All right, welcome back here to Verdun. Next broadcast Thursday morning, 11 a.m. Mamba against the Shooting Stars on GEM, YouTube, CEBL Plus. And then don't forget, Honey Badgers, Blackjacks. That's going to be a real spicy, tasty affair with those two teams going at it 7:30 p.m. on Thursday on GEM, YouTube, and CEBL Plus as well. So, Dwight, we look at it right now and how this has played out for both these teams. Mamba had their run, but they ran out of the racetrack against the Alliance on this Tuesday night.
Like I said, I think it was an improvement tonight for the Alliance, scoring more than their average and holding a very good offensive team to only 80.
Thank you, Dwight. Thank you, Gab. We are done here. Final score, Montreal 93, Saskatoon 80, Montreal 101. Mamba dropped 0-3. Next game Saturday in Ottawa. We'll see you next Tuesday for NRL against Montreal. Bye for now.